What's up, y'all? We back. Damn, I'm gonna continue with these cautionary tales of my life through the inner cities of Baltimore and the streets and the surrounding counties of the prisons of Maryland. Today, we're gonna talk about some more prison stories and cell phones. Cell phones in prison. Like cell phones in prison, that's definitely a very popular thing. But see, I'm gonna talk about job like when cell phones really first start popping. And this, like, this is like when I went home from boot camp. When I went home from boot camp, I was on parole. So my parole had got violated, and it's crazy because I was like one of the first people that had experienced that new law. If you're on VPU parole and you get shot, they violate you. So that's what happened. Like I had got shot, I had got violated, I ended up back in prison. They had sent me to the pen. I was in the pen. I had got 10 months. They sent me to the pen, and I'm gonna just say this: shouldn't nobody end up in prison, but it happens. And if you do, I know you feel like you want to be close to your family in Baltimore City and all of that, but I'm gonna tell you like this: they ain't doing nothing. They ain't helping you get out faster in Baltimore City. So it's like I had 10 months and they sent me to the pen. I never saw a counselor there. Like when I say you would rather go down there with Mr. Charlie and them. Mr. Charlie is the white man, the white people, but not on no racist tip, but them white people help you get out of prison faster, and that's serious. They get you home, man. But anyway, my situation was like I got violated. I got sent over the pen. When I was over the pen, I had got a cell phone habit. Now I always had a phone habit, and like I ain't like on no trying to glorify or none of that. I'm just telling stories. I'm just telling the stories how it went. Like I always had a phone habit. Like every compound or location that I was on, I had a phone. I don't mean a cell phone. One of them blue phones on the wall. If it was 4 of them, I had 1 of them. Like, but I mean, you fight for the things you want, right? That's just how it went. But when they put the cell phones in the mix, that changed the game. So I had got a cell phone when I was over the pen, and when I left, I had left it to my homeboy. I had left it to Mug, because I wasn't going to try to take it with me. That would have been stupid. But when I got on location to where I was going, I was who got the bikes, because that's what they call cell phones in prison in Baltimore City. Call it a bike. So I'm looking for who's selling bikes, who's selling bikes. And I run into somebody quick, because it's a lot more. See, when people go out and come in and different things of that nature, it's a lot more contraband at that location. Because believe me, they're gonna find a way to get it in there. If a police not bringing it in, somebody gonna bring it in. And you got inmates going out every day, so you know how that goes. But anyway, I had got a phone. I had got a phone quick. Like first day I got there, second day I got there. And yeah, it was a chick. And see, like I said, on the last one, like I had a good chick, I had a good girl, man. I did, I really did, and I was just being I was just being I was just being a young nigga for real. Like, just to be honest, I was being a young nigga, and I really didn't appreciate. I didn't appreciate my freedom. I didn't appreciate that girl. I didn't appreciate nothing, because when I came out on the streets, I did the same thing, and I got booked for getting shot because I was still in the street. I was still deep in the street. And they say if you don't learn from your mistakes, you'll repeat it over and over again. So anyway, I'm back in prison or whatever. So my last girlfriend, she like really like at the end of her rope with the shit. It's like, you know, if I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't. Like, I can't do this shit no more. And not to mention, this chick that I'm claiming that I'm not dealing with, that I'm dealing with, she's a stalker. Like, she definitely was on some crazy shit. Because when I had got the cell phone, I would be talking to her. So she had went, put money on the phone, like she got me online. She like went, got the cards, everything, and so I could load my phone up and everything, and I got right. So once that happened, like it was like time was flying for real, because this is back in the day, and see y'all, some people watching might be too young to even remember this, but this was back in the day when you had the numbers on the key, the numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, them letters on there, you would have to type. If it was a B, you would have to type that 1 2 times for a B to pop up, and so on and so forth. And that's how we was texting. So that shit was definitely time consuming, but a nigga in the joint ain't got nothing but time. So that was like, you know, helping my day go past fast. But she had got on some crazy shit, and that's another story for another day. I'll tell it a little later. But I had met a couple dudes in there, and this one dude, he was cool. He slept down there where I slept at. He was cool dude. He was laid back. He really this was like really his first bit or whatever. So with me knowing that, you know, I had job put him under my wing a little something, but he was cool. He was cool. I would use him to hold my phone for real. So, but this the thing about it. As he was holding my phone, he could use it all he want. And his girl was paying and putting money on the phone. And all he wanted to do was talk to his girl. Like he was crazy about her. He was in love. And I mean, you know, that's how it be. So along with him, there were a few other characters. It was these two blood dudes that slept down in my dorm. Well, I know, I won't say, I'm not going to use nobody, I ain't going to use their names or whatever, but it was two blood dudes that slept in my dorm. A light-skinned one and a dark-skinned one. The light-skinned one, he was like always in the shit for real. Like, and I'll be honest, they wasn't really on no tough rah-rah shit or whatever for real. They was really on some stealing noodle type shit, like some nothing type shit. But like, you know, they was cool with me because that big homie was from around my way. So that was, you know, that was like as much as the dealings as I had with them, truthfully, for real. But I just watched how they move, and I knew what was up with them. But my homeboy slept upstairs. Joe had a job or whatever, my nigga Big Vice. Big Vice from around the way or whatever. So I had a dentist appointment. And the crazy thing about that shit, man, you could be locked up, man, and you could have, like, I had a dentist appointment. I was going to another prison because they didn't have a dentist on site there because that was that's a camp or whatever. So I had to go across the street back to the pen to that dentist. But with that being said, I got up, took a shower, put on my I had This One True Religion was popping. This One True Religion was popping. So I threw my True Religion jeans on with the t-shirt and some butters. And it was like I was about to go outside, go to the club, go out. Like, I was feeling good, you know what I mean? So I had gave him the phone that morning, because one thing about it, when you going somewhere in prison, they wake you up at the ass crack of dawn. You probably ain't leaving till about 8 o'clock, but they're gonna wake you up around about 3, 4, till you get ready. So after I gave him the phone and everything, and I got myself situated, they called me or whatever. I went up there, they transported me over to the pen so I can get my tooth pulled or whatever. So when I get back, they strip search you and everything, and after they strip search you, you come out the room. They give you a pass to go back to wherever you sleep at or whatever. So as I'm standing right there waiting for the pass, I see the 2 blood dudes and a little light skinned kid. He say, "Hey yo," he like, "Yo, somebody stole your bike." And like, when he said it, it was like, no, like, cause a nigga ain't take shit from me. That's how I felt, truthfully. Like, I ain't believe it. I ain't believe it. But it's crazy that I ain't believe it, because he wouldn't even have played with me like that. But in all honesty, I didn't really believe it. So when I get downstairs, I holler at homeboy, like, "Yo, what's up with the joint at?" And he looking at me like, "Yo, when I went to when I went to breakfast, I put it under the pillow, bruh, and I came back, it was gone." And I'm like, shit, like, yo, yeah, you need to come up with that right now. I'm not trying to hear nothing. So automatically, my thoughts go to the light-skinned dude and the dark-skinned dude, the little blood dudes. Because they always running around in the shit, doing shit, and I know they would love to have a cell phone. So I straight put the full court press on them. I go holler at them real loud, like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, "Yo, where my joint at? Where that bike at?" And they like, "Thug, yo, we don't, like, yo, we ain't got it, we wouldn't, da-da-da-da." So, like I said, that big homie from around my way, and he pull him up, and he do whatever, they do or whatever, and like, he come back to me. But at the same time, while all that's going on, I ain't trying to hear nothing. I go upstairs, I holler at my nigga Big Vice. I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to trash one of these," like, he looking at me like, "Boy, you geeky," like, "What's up?" He like, "Man, shit, come on. He ain't asking no questions though. Come on." And like, I ain't saying this like to glorify none of this, but like, this is just the vibes of really what went on. And see, this is the shit that when we out here doing what we doing for real and getting caught up in what we doing, we don't even realize this is where it could take us. And see, the thing about that, somebody definitely could have died that day over something that petty. And the stupidest thing of the whole situation, I only had 2 months left till I came home. it was no purpose for me to even get a cell phone. But like I said, I had got addicted to them when I was over the pen. All that time having a cell phone, like using the wall phone, people like we look at people using the wall phone like, you know how it go. So once I holler at my homeboy, we go downstairs, and like the dude, cause now ultimately it's gonna fall on who I left it with, because they telling me that they don't got it for real, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all something, they didn't have it. It all came out and like they really didn't have it. So when I go to him and I'm pressing him about it, he telling me, I'm like, look, well, check this out. I need that right now. Like, I need my money right now. Like, I'm not waiting. I'm not talking about it. Like, I need it right now. And he like, man, I need to get on the phone. I need to call my girl. I need to do this. I need to do that. And, like, I'm really not trying to hear none of that. And I was definitely irrational. Like, that's a bad trait. Like, that's a bad trait. And I definitely was. Like, so as he's saying what he's saying, telling me that he need to get in contact with his peoples, and the thing about it, I won't put it out there for real because I don't even know if they still do it, use the spot or whatever. But in that building, in that program, you can have cash on your person because you actually go out and work or whatever. I forgot how much. I think it was like $85 max or whatever. But you can have cash on your person and you won't get in trouble. So he and it was a way for your people to get you money in your hand that whenever you need, if they had it, it was a way for them to get it to you. So that's what the plan was. But it was like he had to do this and he had to do that, and like I'm letting them know, like I'm not trying to wait. And like as he telling me, he trying to tell me, and I'm letting him know I'm not trying to wait. And like we going like jive back and forth, and he just basically told me like, well, he don't know what to tell me, so I popped him. And I popped him a couple times, and we started to fight. Now remember, like I said, I only had 2 months left to go home, and I'm fighting a dude that's really, he was really cool though. So my homeboy like, yo, take that shit in the bathroom, whatever. And in the midst of all that, I grabbed a broom and I hit him in the head with it. And when I hit him, the broom breaks. And like, you know, we both not trying to get caught by the police or whatever. So when he runs out of the bathroom for real, when he run out of the bathroom, like the police sitting around the corner, we already making hella, like it's like you can tell it's a fight going on around here. So, you know, my big homeboy, he like, yo, grab me and shit, like, yo, chill, like, boy, you gonna get locked up whatever. So as it plays out, you know, his peoples came, and that's crazy because his peoples, I got the bread from him that day. Like, his peoples came, his peoples made it, he made it happen, whatever. And I got the bread from him that day. So I say, like, that was like irrational. And then the fucked up thing about it, somebody put him in a fucked up predicament, and they sat back and benefited from it. Because like I said, the chick that I was talking to, it wasn't my girl, but she was crazy for real. Like, she could definitely be fucking crazy. And she started talking to the dude that stole the phone. Now, I can't tell you how much she was I'm pretty sure she was talking to him just to have somebody talk to him. He was talking to her. Probably, they probably both were selling each other dreams. But when I came home, I found out that the whole time, the person that stole the phone was the Muslim dude. He was locked up for a minute. It was a Muslim. It was a dark-skinned Muslim dude, and he slept like adjacent behind where the dude that I would let hold the phone. He slept like adjacent to him, behind him, adjacent to him, and he didn't go to breakfast. And when with the dude that I let hold the phone, him being green, thinking that he can just leave it under the pillow and go and come back and it'll still be there. You got to remember, you are around convicts and you are around criminals. So stealing is definitely something that they don't mind doing. And he got clipped, and it was fucked up that had to happen to him like that. But that's what happened when you end up in places like that, man. So I'm gonna leave this one here for the moment, but I'm gonna come back around and tell y'all the story about how the the girl almost got me. The girl almost got me locked up. Almost got me knocked off with my phone and all kind of shit. She done called up there, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Remember, never lose the vision. Even if you lose your sight, never lose your vision. Keep pushing. We gonna get it.